In my early 20s, I was greatly influenced by the autobiography of Harry Williams, who was an Anglican monk belonging to the Community of the Resurrection. In more recent times, I've been greatly encouraged in the faith by the heroic witness of the monks of Tibrin, who were martyred in the late 1990s. The priest, Jacques Hamel, who gave all for the faith in 2016, is another example of a holy Christian life. The French policeman and devout Christian, Colonel Arnaud Beltrame, who gave his life in exchange for a hostage only 2 years ago, is a stunning example of Christian sacrifice and service. There is a litany of the faithful that continues to influence how I live my Christian life. Among them are Timothy Ratcliffe, Simon Holden, Hilary Beasley, Mary David, and a whole bunch of army chaplains who served in World War I. All of them, in their own way, were saints of the Church. A year or so ago, our youngest son procured for me an English translation of the biography of Saint Therese of Lisieux, and she's now included on that holy list. Therese was born in Alençon in France in 1873. She became a Carmelite nun at the age of 15 and died only 9 years later in her convent in Lisieux. Therese, who is often referred to as the Little Flower, has been described as the greatest saint in modern times. Her message of simple faith, trust, and confidence in God's love is contained within her own handwritten manuscripts that were published towards the end of the 19th century. Her insights have resonated with many ordinary Christian people ever since. Her life was not without personal suffering, both physical and emotional. But Therese discovered that abandoning one's life to the love of God is the surest route to lasting happiness. She describes her simple path to holiness. She exhibits a childlike trust in Jesus, accepting whatever personal inadequacies and failures she may have as stepping stones back to his love. With humour, she describes how prefabricated prayers make my head ache. Her approach to prayer was uncomplicated. I simply say to God what I need to say. For Therese, prayer was a movement of the heart, both in times of trial and in joy. In exploring the Gospels, Therese discovered many insights about how to stay close to Jesus. The instances of these, however, seldom occurred during times of prayer, but amidst her daily routine and duties. For her, what matters in life is not great deeds, but great love. In her lifetime, she lived in relative obscurity, but this little life of hers has led millions to a deeper faith in Christ. The aim of Saint Therese of Lisieux, whose own painful suffering was hidden behind the flowers of her smile, is to lead us to a deeper faith in Jesus, and in whom happiness can truly be found. In the late 19th century, Saint Therese had no celebrity status, nor did she tweet or post texts around the world in a matter of milliseconds. This is an important point, because it reminds Christians everywhere that they too can expect to discern Jesus in the apparently ordinary of everyday life. In spite of massive global communication and interaction, it is an indisputable fact that there is much unhappiness in the world. If such transmissions were meaningful, why then, I ask myself, do we have a government minister for loneliness? Human beings, it would seem then, are more than physical objects defined only by their DNA. It appears equally obvious that compassion, love, intimacy, and human companionship can be experienced in any meaningful or genuine way by gazing at a screen. But then perhaps not. As Christians, we always need to be engaged in the local, demonstrating the faith as Therese, the little flower of France, reminds us, not in great deeds, but in great acts of love for Jesus. So then, keep the faith, and as you pray for me, I shall surely continue to pray for you.